The Approaches to Learning Child Behavior Rating Scale is based on teacher observation of children's behavior with other adults and children in a classroom setting. It includes items that measure approaches to learning, self-regulation, and social-emotional development. The scale has been demonstrated to be strongly predictive of reading and math achievement in early and elementary grades and has been validated in a wide range of cultural contexts. The Approaches to Learning segment must be completed by the student's classroom teacher. Teachers will need a writing utensil and the assessor booklet for Approaches to Learning. Through the focus groups and community forums, early learning and kindergarten teachers voiced a need to collect information on how children approach interactions with peers and teachers. In addition, there was a desire to know how children regulate their own time and emotions. For this purpose, the Child Behavior Rating Scale was adopted for the Approaches to Learning segment of the kindergarten assessment. The Approaches to Learning segment uses an observation tool and is not administered directly to students. However, it should be treated as a secure assessment. As with other statewide assessments, all Oregon test materials and questions are considered secure materials and should be kept in a secure location, such as a locked drawer, file cabinet, or storage room. After completion, the surveys will contain confidential information about student abilities and behaviors. Please note that the test administration manual explicitly prohibits reviewing, analyzing, and discussing questions on any Oregon assessment. The Child Behavior Rating Scale has 15 items. The teacher responds to each item by circling numbers on a 1 to 5 scale based on observation of individual students during regular classroom routines and activities. The 1 to 5 scale is consistent on all items. Number 1 means the child never exhibits the behavior described by the item. 2, the child rarely exhibits the behavior described by the item. 3, the child sometimes exhibits the behavior described by the item. 4, the child frequently or usually exhibits the behavior described by the item. And 5, the child always exhibits the behavior. In the Approaches to Learning Assessor booklet, there are instructions for the teacher at the top of the page. Each of the 15 items include the definitions of each of the response numbers that are included. It is a front-to-back form, and you are seeing the front page, or an example of an item on the front page of the slide. Read each item and consider if the individual student never demonstrates the skill, rarely demonstrates the skill, sometimes, frequently, or always demonstrates the skill. Circle the value that best describes the student's behavior. The teacher is asked to circle a value for each item. It's important that teachers are reminded to choose one value. Please do not circle 2 values or put a circle in the middle of 2 values. Given that there are 5 choices, the level of granularity should be sensitive enough. Some things to remember about the Approaches to Learning segment. The scale is not a direct assessment. It can be completed outside of classroom time. It's highly recommended to complete the scale in the last 3 weeks of the 6-week assessment window. Circle 1 value per item and complete all 15 items for each student. For the fall 2014 collection, districts will submit raw scores for all 15 items through ODE's consolidated collections.